What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with a brand new episode of the SFL. That is right, the Smallz Football League. And guys, we only got 2 weeks left here in season number 1 of the SFL. We picked now of all times to start playing some competent football. We've won 2 straight games in a row, both of those games allowing or holding our opponents to only 17 points in those 2 matchups, which is pretty darn crazy for this series. And get a look at the playoff picture here really fast and show you guys who's in and who's out as of right now. With only 2 more weeks left, I'm sure some teams are going to be making that final push to try to get into the playoffs. But over on the NFC, we got the number 1 seeded and best record in the SFL as of right now, the Savannah Spirits getting that first round bye. We also got the number 2 seed Albany Argonauts going up against the number 7 seed St. Louis Sentinels. We got the 3 seed San Jose Industrials right now matching up against the 6 seeded Salem Steelhawks. And the 4 and the 5 is the Grand Rapids Lightning going up against the Roswell Revolution. Over on the AFC side, Jersey Shore D's, they got that number 1 seed. They've had that for a while, and they are going to try to keep that, I'm sure, with these last 2 weeks here. So Jersey Shore D's are the number 1 seed. And then we got the 2-seeded Portland Destroyers going up against the 7-seeded Memphis Suns. We got the 3-seed Boulder Rockies. Man, they have had a rocky time, if I do say so myself. They've lost like 5 in a row. But right now, they're still the number 3 seed going up against the number 6 seed St. Petersburg Manatees. And then the 4 and the 5 on the AFC is the Massachusetts Smithies going up against the Edmonton Coyotes. But in today's episode, guys, we got 3 new subscribers joining the SFL, putting us at 66 subscribers currently in the league. I don't say it often enough, but you guys are awesome, and the series is awesome, and I hope that it continues to grow. So we got to check out these 3 new subscribers that are going into the league today, and we're also going to take a look at the yearly awards and show you guys which of our subscribers are front runners for the various accolades that will be handed out here at the end of the season. And also, we are going to check out our potential path to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
That's right. Believe it or not, there is one. It's a rocky path. It's not a very safe path. Lots of potholes, lots of curves, but there is a potential path. So I am going to show you guys that as well. We got lots to get into today. Cue the intro, man. And first up on our very own Tuscaloosa Terminators, we have a new tight end backing up the Chief David Njoku, and that would be Mr. Scooby McBoomski. 99 rated overall name, by the way. So shout out at Boom Take Your Girl down there in the comments. And yes, Scooby will be playing alongside David Njoku, the SFL leader in receiving yards. Got the Travis Kelce build here. Tried to give you 87, but that is already taken by Ty Huntington, another subscriber. But Scooby here is 6'7", 275 pounds. Out of UCLA, he is a vertical threat tight end. And with the 94 catching, just like Travis Kelce, he is definitely going to be a threat in the passing game, I would say. So pretty good route runner as well, especially on the short routes. Again, kind of like Kelce, and also decent in the intermediate. And really, for a tight end, 68 deep route running, not that bad either. So welcome to the league, Scooby, and welcome to your Tuscaloosa Terminators. New halfback here on the Montana Mountain Lions. They got 5 subscribers now as well, so quickly becoming one of the more popular teams. But we have a new running back, Crab Kingsley. So shout out at Crab King 6589 down there in the comments. Maybe should have put him on the Portland Lobsters, hindsight, but wanted to go to a team that needed a running back, and the Mountain Lions, I believe Cam Akers was their running back, so I would say they definitely need one. But Crab here, 6'5", 225 pounds, out of Auburn. He is an elusive back with the Saquon Barkley type of build here, and I would say with the 97 agility and the 94 juke moves, just like Saquon Barkley, he is going to be putting defenders on skates. Mountain Lions have started to improve their record since adding more subscribers, and maybe with Crab Kingsley joining, this could be the missing piece of the puzzle that they need. And first subscriber here joining the St. Petersburg Manatees, who are a playoff team, by the way. As we just saw, we have new strong safety, Mr. W. Mans. So shout out W. Mans 1744 in the comments, and W here hoping to get those W's on the Manatees. I like the jerseys, by the way, very crisp with the kind of green and the gray combination. Man, I want to play as all these teams, but I am loyal to my Tuscaloosa squad. But man, oh man, if you guys want to download these, they're all available on the download center, as I'm sure you know. But W. Mans here is 6'2", 222 pounds out of LSU. He is a zone safety, and with the 89 zone coverage, he is probably going to be filling the voids out there on the field, you know, undercutting routes, intercepted passes, hopefully. So he's not the best, you know, in man coverage with 78, but 89 zone. I always say if you're a safety, you want to be better in zone than man, because safeties a lot of times don't play man coverage. So W here is definitely a W in the zone coverage. Also 89 speed and 92 acceleration. Looking to make a big impact for the St. Petersburg Manatees. And getting a quick look at the front runners for all the yearly awards. Caleb Hayes is still the front runner for MVP, as he has been for most of the season. So Caleb looking like he might be a shoo-in for the most valuable player. Mason Buchanan, though, of the Eels in our division, we play them last game of the season. He's not too far behind, third in the voting. And, of course, you got Dominic Young here of the Destroyers. He is 6th in the voting. Caden Haskins Jr. of the playoff-bound, hopefully, Coyotes. He is 8th in the running. And then also Ashton Saber is number 10. So going on over to the AFC side, as far as subscribers in the running for Opoy, Offensive Player of the Year, we do not have any. Okay, that's unfortunate. Defensive Player of the Year, probably not going to see too much, because there's not a whole lot of subscribers making impacts on the defensive end, and enough to get in the votings anyways. But Dragon Zetron of the Summits, he is front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year in the AFC. Also Jesse Moore of the Jersey Shore D's is in there as well. Blake Altenhofen of the Crocs, Tommy Pickle of the D's as well, and Alexander Kleblek of the Destroyers. So very nice work there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got Blake Miser of the Sharks. He is number 3. And is he the only one? It looks like he is. Best quarterback, Dominic Young, is looking like he's going to take home that award. Caden Haskins Jr. also in there. Dragon Zetron of the Summits, and McDonald's 10-piece of the Mountain Lions. And best running back, see if any subscribers are in here. Does not look like it, so maybe there's some in the good old NFC side. Best receiver, nobody, no subscribers right now for best receiver. No offensive lineman, so not going to see any of those. Best defensive lineman, no subscribers there. Yeah, not a whole lot of defenders. There's a handful, but I would say mostly offensive players definitely is the majority. So that is how things are shaking up over on the AFC side. NFC, our very own JJ Huntington, who leads the league in touchdowns. He is number 1. Really hoping he takes home that trophy. Daniel Banks on the Spirits is number 5. And Caleb Hayes on the Spirits is number 7. Mason Buchanan, number 8. And then, Njoku, not a subscriber, but still happy to see him in there. And Ty Huntington, so 3 Terminators here in the running for Offensive Player of the Year. That is pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Nobody in running for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, another Savannah Spirits member, DeAndre Smith, is up there. Also, our very own Drew Thompson is number 4. BT Taylor, number 6. Floyd Butler of the Lightning, number 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, see if anybody is in here. We do have Jameer Juice of the Roswell Revolution, so how about that? Nice to see a defender in there. Caleb Hayes, best QB. I mean, if you're going to win MVP, I would assume. I'm surprised he doesn't have Offensive Player of the Year, if I'm being honest. But yeah, he will probably win best quarterback, but Mason Buchanan right on his heels as well. Ashton Saber up here as number 4. Craig Ray of the Argonauts is number 5. Cameron Moore of the Steelhawks, number 6. Alex Thompson of the Flyers, who we do play today, number 9. And then his brother, our very own Drew Thompson, number 10. And I mean, come on, is there any doubt in your mind? JJ Huntington right now leading the charge for best running back. Daniel Banks, though, in there as well. And Grom Briner of the Eels is number 5. Ian Tyler-Seo, who has had a really good stretch of football these last few weeks, he is number 7 on the Salem Steelhawks. Bobby Donut, superstar X Factor and channel member of the Argonauts, is up there as well. That's wide receivers. Anybody in here? We have Ty Huntington, very nice, of Tuscaloosa. He's number 4. Yeezy Fuentes of the Industrials is number 6. And looks like that's all for best receiver. Probably not going to see any linemen or linebackers. I would be surprised. We could, but yeah, no subscribers there. Best DB, maybe though. Maybe there's somebody in here. Yeah, Jaden Taylor, who has been on a tear as of late. 4 or 5 picks on the year. I can't remember, but either way, really good. He is actually number 6. And we do have a kicker. That would be Corey Booter, but he's not on here. That's probably because I suck at making kicks. But that's how things are shaking up for all your yearly awards here in the SFL. All right, so our path to the playoffs, the Terminators, there is a path. So first and foremost, we got to win these last 2 games. If we lose even one game out of these last 2, we're out. Playoff hopes and dreams crushed. We need the St. Louis Sentinels to lose out, and we need the Rochester Rebels to lose out. Both of those teams have to lose out. If they win one game, because Rochester has the tiebreaker against us, we have the tiebreaker against St. Louis. So that's why if they lose out and we win out, same record, but we would hold the tiebreaker. OKC Eels, ideally would like them to lose out. Now, we play them next week, so if they were to win this week and lose to us next week, we would have tied records. We also would split the season series, so I have no idea, what the tiebreaker would be and who it would go to, so really want them to lose out. And just to make me feel extra safe, probably want the Salem Steelhawks to lose out. Sorry, all my subs on the Steelhawks, but like I said, is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. But we're still playing meaningful football. Oh, and by the way, Drew Thompson, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. Gotta shout out my man who has been playing good. And as a matter of fact, he will be taking on his brother, Alex Thompson, as we do play the North Carolina Flyers for the second time this season. They are 3-12, so having a pretty tough go at it. And we will have the 2 brothers squaring off in action today. So if you guys are fired up for this SFL series and you're loving the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I will do an NFL jersey giveaway. And looks like we're going to go with the Night Skies today, the alternate unis. Without further ado, guys, let's get on down to Skynet Superfield and get ready for the game. Drew Thompson, 21 TDs and 9 picks, over 3,000 yards. And which of the brothers will get the best of the other brother today? Obviously hoping for Drew, but, Alex Thompson is playing some good football in his own right. And like I said, we cannot lose a game if we hope to have any chance of making the playoffs. We got to win out, and looks like we are going to be playing in the rain here, bad weather at Tuscaloosa, so maybe some fumbles, some picks, some sacks, some players slipping and sliding out there, who knows. But we are about to get this thing underway. We'll start things out here with the shallow cross. And remember, we have the new wide receiver, Jake Powers, who absolutely balled out in his SFL debut, catching deep bombs. He's a big receiver, 6'8", I think, 6'7" or 6'8". And there you get a look at Jake's powerful stats. 4 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. And I'm sure that he will be a big focal point of our offense today, as he's a big body target. And, receivers, DBs, I should say, will have trouble matching up against him. We are going to move over new tight end, Scooby McBoomski, to do a little bit of blocking for your front runner of the year, for offensive player of the year. Huntington kind of got stopped up on a block there, but was able to escape and pick up a nice gain of 8. And, this season started out pretty rough, but I'm actually impressed that we are still playing some meaningful football. Like I said, the odds are stacked against us. I know that, I'm not expecting us to make the playoffs, but it gives us something to watch out for. And, Huntington is going to have to watch out for defenders in the backfield, as Rasul Douglas and others were there to drop him for a loss of 1. And that'll be really exciting if JJ can win the Offensive Player of the Year. That would be big time. He took over, of course, Christian McCaffrey. So big shoes to fill. Not sure what shoe size CMC wears, but I would say he's filling them pretty good. We got Huntington. Ooh, we had Huntington, but that is a nice pass breakup there by Kenneth Murray Jr. That'll put us in a long 3rd and 11. All right, Tuscaloosa, we got to pick this up, and we got to pick this up now. I'm probably looking towards Huntington out of this Texas route, but, you know, maybe Njoku as well. But it is Huntington, and he's going to get the first down. That was just a bad timing by Eric Kendricks. He's a very good defender, veteran, been doing this for a long time, but he just took a bad angle on it, and we were able to get a big-time conversion. He also kind of had a rough go at it. You know, he always had the touchdowns to back it up. But yardage-wise, I remember when he first joined our team, you know, was not smooth sailing, and he had some struggles. But he is really finding his groove here, and, you know, took a little while to get there, but I would say that we are definitely there. Now, speaking of Huntington, let's streak him. Also got powers on the slant, but it might just be cheap time, and that's a fumble? What? Oh, come on now. It's the rain, bro. It's the freaking rain. That's Chris Jenkins, the rookie out of Michigan, and they're going to score. Wow, I was trying to... I backpedaled too long. I understand that. You know, that was on me. But I was trying to... I figured Jake Powers was going to eventually get open on his slant. And, I mean, he has got to be the rain. Like, there wasn't even any wind up there. Thompson just dropped it, and we gift points to a team. Oh, they didn't score? They're on the 1. Is that correct? Yeah! They are, I believe, yeah, they're on the 1 yard line. So Alex Thompson, the shortest possible field that you could have when you take over on offense. And I mean, like, we're just pretty much going to blitz, and we're just pretty much going to run commit here. Like, they're going to score if they want to. So I guess, you know, make it a little interesting and just run commit up the middle. There's the give to Breece Hall, and he is stopped there in the backfield for a nice loss. Let's see if we can do that 3 more times. They very well could run up the middle again, so I'm guessing it. If we get burned, we get burned. It's a quarterback keeper from Thompson, and he is going to get in. Wow. All right, I mean, but, you know, like I said, you get the ball with 1 yard to go. That's the shortest possible field. And because of the fumble from Drew Thompson, the Flyers are going to go out to an early lead. And look, I just had to take a little screenshot for the thumbnail. And I mean, these Flyers alternates are pretty fresh. The night skies, you got to give me some props, man. I'm, you know, not tooting my own horn here. I guess kind of I am. But I'm very happy with how all these teams turned out. And actually, maybe going to work for some subscribers here and making teams for them. I've had a couple people reach out asking me, you know, hey, would you be willing to make teams and make teams for me, customize them, and, you know, for small compensation, I will. It takes a lot of time, not going to lie, but we can definitely work something out. So if you want to have some teams made for you, hit me up, comments, DM me, whatever. We can talk some business. All right, Drew Thompson may have his confidence rattled here a bit, so let's go something easy. Screen pass to J.J. Huntington should do the trick. We got to make sure we get this ball off, of course, and there's some good, pretty much free yards for Thompson, and that is JJ's second catch for 23 yards. Now, we're no stranger to adversity, so our team should be, keyword should be well-equipped to deal with this because we've pretty much had adversity all season, right? So hopefully we can do just that. 1st and 10 from the 37. Let's see who gets open, and we're sacked. Wow. Eric Kendricks, sack on Drew Thompson, and boy, I don't know if I'm just not reading the field right or if receivers just aren't getting open. I'm not liking what I'm seeing out there, though. Way behind the chains now, 2nd and 19. We're going to come out play action, and this is a route that Huntington can typically get open on, but nah, let's just go to Njoku, who's got tons of real estate in front of him. And as I mentioned pregame, David is the SFL leader in receiving yards. That's why, you know, our new tight end, Scooby McBoomski, I could not get rid of Njoku, man. He's just been like the face of this team for a while. But, you know, our backup tight end, who was it? It was Hayden Hurst. He was seeing some action, getting some targets. So I'm sure Mr. McBoomski will also see his fair share of targets as well. So 1st and 10, we'll go back on the ground to Huntington, and no real blockers there. Eric Kendricks is all over the field. That time it was actually Chris Jenkins, though, and he was the recipient of that scoop and score. Going TE angle here on 2nd and 10. I'm a very big fan of this play, but Jake Powers up the seam may also be open. We're going to give it to Jake. Look at that. That's why you throw it up to a big body. Eric Stokes, the Green Bay Packers receiver, stood no chance on that. And that was having that aggressive catch, high rating, proved to be very useful, as that was not an easy pass to convert. But we saw Jake Powers do that all last week, looking like we're going to see him do it this week as well. He is going to be such a focal point of this offense. He and Ty Huntington, we should have some fun with this squad next year. And now we got 7 yards to go to the promised land. RPO action here, so really hoping no one follows Boyd, because I do not want to run it to that right side. No one is going to follow Boyd, and he's going to get in. The RPO works wonders when you're down there in and around the 5-yard range. I love calling it. Tyler Boyd has caught in several touchdown passes using that exact same play, and nice response by the Terminators, tying this thing up potentially if I don't miss a kick. And we really needed that response. Now we're going to get to see our first real true drive from Alex Thompson and the Flyers. All right, what will Alex Thompson do? Will he duplicate the efforts that his brother had on the last drive? He's coming out single back, so of course got to watch Breece Hall. And our defense has been playing well, but not on that one there, as that is scary Terry McLaurin, catching it right in the middle of the field for a pretty big gain. I have been happy with the play of our DBs, and especially our defensive line. Silas Vaden, Austin Kringle, Aiden Leslie had some big games recently, and they're gonna need some big games in this one too, big plays in this one too, if we want to beat this Flyers team. There's Roquan. I missed the sack. Of course I did. And the tackle, because I suck at life, and another missed tackle. And that's Mark Andrews picking up a gain that should have never even happened, because I should have had Thompson in the backfield for a sack. But again, I suck at life. So 7-7, weird first quarter, I would say. Definitely our first drive was no bueno. Flyers are moving, so I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from the defense, but hopefully they can tighten up and have some of that bend but don't break mentality. I'm sending pressure. I don't care. Pressure busted some pipes last week. Maybe it'll bust some pipes in this one, or maybe Breece Hall will just have a wide open lane. Okay. Yep, I'll take that one too. Subscriber safety Brandon Moore was able to bring him down, but not until the damage was done. And I'm not feeling very confident on this drive here unless our, one of our DBs can step up and get a pick. Let's just have TJ Edwards kind of spy the middle of the field, be an extra body out there to get in the way. Ooh, that was almost picked off by Roquan Smith, and actually not sure how that was caught by Rashad Bateman. And 3rd and 4, this is what I'm talking about. Can we have that good old bend but don't break mentality? I'm going man again. We're guessing pass. We're shading inside. And I'll probably have Austin Kringle just kind of drop back in coverage here. Be an extra body, and it's Alex Thompson for the second time taking off, running, and picking up a first down. Okay, so this brother-on-brother subscriber matchup here could be a shootout. I wasn't really expecting it to be one. Oh, TJ Edwards, and this is what I'm talking about. Why am I so bad at tackles and sacks? Now, granted, I did have on, I was holding R2 for the turbo, so it is kind of tough to change directions when you do that, but I can, count more times than I would care to count how many times I've whiffed tackles, whiffed sacks. Like, it's honestly a little disheartening, and that would have been a good one there on Thompson. It's Breece Hall, and we're there to meet him. Another 3rd down. Can we hold the Flyers to a field goal? That is the question. Tell you what, I'm going all out, balls to the wall, blitzing here, and come on! That's a touchdown. Wow. Jalen Polk. Alex Thompson is looking pretty poised in that pocket, man. We've sent some pretty heavy pressure at him. So far, has not done anything. He's making good reads. That time, Aiden Leslie almost had a sack. He had picked up a fumble or forced a fumble last week, one of the two. And okay, this Flyers team not looking like a 3-12 squad. They're trying to play spoiler, as we still do have those slim playoff hopes. I'd say so far they're doing a pretty good job at it. And J.J. Huntington is the SFL leader in receiving yards in terms of running backs, and also Graham Briner of the OKC Eels, who again, we do take on next week, he is up there as well. That should be a fun contest. Eels did beat us earlier in the season, and we are looking for our revenge for sure. Let's see. Let's motion over Njoku. I am going to test this left side with Huntington, as I have been in a lot of these weeks here, and that time it's going to be shut down by none other than Eric Kendricks, who I feel like we've called his name 33.75 times already in this one. Yeah, tough sledding so far, tough sledding. But these boys got some fight in them, so we'll come out single back play action, and maybe Scooby McBoomski will be the recipient of this. JK, it's Njoku. I cannot pass up that target. As much as I would love to get Scooby involved, I mean, the Chief is the Chief. He's just always open out there. Only 3 tackles for Kendricks. There's no way. That's probably showing solo tackles. I bet if you count the, like assisted tackles, he's probably at 7 already, because we have seen him all over the field. But nonetheless, a good pickup by the Chief, and we are granted a fresh set of downs here. Let's have our big receiver, Jake Powers. We'll send him over here to the right. Just going to kind of try to fool the defense, and actually, I don't like what that did to the coverage. That kind of sucks. Huntington, I was torn between cutting it outside or inside, and you can see the result was only 2. So RPO game again here on second down. Now, this time I'm not that upset running, but going to be a nice block thrown there by Jake Powers. Telling you what, man, if you're a DB and you got a 6'8", 265, I think, pounder, you're not really going to want to go up against that. Like, that's a tough task, and Jake's a big body, and he was able to do that very, very well, and now we're going to go TE attack. So this could be Njoku here. It is quite frequently. That's dangerous. Oh, my God, I thought he caught that for a second. That would have been crazy. Eric Stokes on the coverage. Going to make it 2nd and 10. I kind of want to run, but the running attack has just been so tough. Maybe I'll snap this. Maybe I'll let it go to the 2-minute warning. I'm not 100% sure. If Njoku gets set beforehand, I'll snap it. No, not going to snap it. Reevaluate. This is a 3rd down that we really, really got to pick up. Yeah, I like screen pass better. I did call this play myself. I usually go with coach suggestions, but this time I didn't. Leave me alone. Come on, Huntington. I need you to pick this up, brother.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Oh my God, dude. How in the heck did Byron Young have that much speed to catch up to us? And there was no block set at all, let me add. And I'm not going to leave points on the table. We got to go for the field goal here in the pouring rain with wind. So let me stop and focus. That one should be good from Booter, and it is. So 14-10, I mean, 3 points, not the worst thing in the world, but the way that this Flyers team has looked so far, need touchdowns. Our defense, we could have a clean slate right here and change the tide of this game, but need Jaden Taylor, Amari Taylor, our defenders, Silas Vaden, Kringle Leslie, Jax Vaden, TJ Huntington. Need these boys to step up and get some pressure. Now Thompson going to go single back. So will it be a run? You know what? I actually hope so, because it's not going to be a run. That's for sure. And wide open there. My God, dude. It's Brevin Jordan, the backup tight end. How are these receivers getting so open? We crushed the Flyers in our first meeting. Now they're doing whatever the frick they want to. I mean, maybe zone is the way to go. I'll tell you what, man sure ain't working right now. So maybe we'll have better luck with zone and Thompson. We know he can run. There's a nice sack. Okay. So it was Ashawn Robinson and Aiden Leslie double teaming on that sack. We should I'm going to save my time. Not going to call a timeout yet. If we stop him here, I most certainly will, 100%. But right now, I'm going to have Roquan Smith play coverage and don't even need to use a timeout because that pass falls incomplete. Maybe I should have used a timeout, but I wanted to save all 3. And if we can get the stop here, we will have a chance to put up some points before halftime. Can we get said stop? We are going to get said stop, and the clock is going to stop again. Nice defense from Amari Taylor. We got 30 seconds to go down here and at least get into field goal range. Maybe a nice punt return from Jaden Taylor. will help those odds. I really should have called that timeout with a minute and 9. But, you know, I'll let that one go, man. Not work. Oh, God, dude. And the clock is still running. That is like the most disastrous thing that could have possibly happened in that situation. We got 94 yards to go here with less than 30 seconds. Buckle up, Buttercup. Now, I'm going to go tight end attack in the hopes that we can get Powers in single coverage. I wish he was getting pressed. He's not. But it is single high safety. So let's have Scooby McBoomski streak, kind of draw the defense away. And I'll tell you what, we're going to give Powers a shot. He's 6'8". Oh, man, actually had a chance there, but just couldn't haul it in. I mean, at this point, you know, try it one more time. 12 seconds to go. We're at least going to give Powers a shot. If we intercept it, it's, you know, pretty much a arm punt at that point, so no harm, no foul. There's Powers. Oh, he caught it! Look at that! That's why you never give up on the play. And Jake Powers is too big, too fast, and I don't know if that was Eric Stokes or who it was. I think it was Stokes. Let's see. Yeah, Eric Stokes. They might want to put somebody else on Jake Powers because he is getting absolutely cooked. And I mean, what an absolute weapon this guy is. So we do, in fact, go 94 yards in less than 30 seconds, and that was pretty crazy. And we are actually going to go into the locker room with a lead. What a huge clutch drive that was. And these brothers are going at it here. 17-14, a lower scoring game, but an exciting game. There's been a lot to unpack so far in this game. Flyers are going to get the ball first, so got to be careful. This is huge. This is huge. Sentinels, they got to lose this game. So far they are. They're playing the best team in the SFL, but if the Sentinels win this game, it does not even matter what we do today. So we got to keep our eyes on that one. Destroyers and Coyotes, no implications for us, but it is going to be Caden Haskins Jr. going up against Dominic Young. And right now, Haskins is getting the better of it. This game is also important too. We really need the Eels to lose, and they are losing to the Jacks. So far, everything is going right. Fingers crossed, and just hoping that can continue. So fun first half of football, that's for sure. Kind of stressful at times, and hopefully we can, hang on to this lead. And like I said, got to win out both games here if we have any shot of making the playoffs. So let's tighten up a bit on defense, fix some things, and we may just have a chance. That is not tightening up on defense, as Terry McLaurin catches it right in the middle of the field on a slant route, and already picking up a first down here on the first play of the drive. Not a good way to start, but now Thompson going single back, so you would think it's probably going to be a run. We are going to show blitz here, and maybe one of our subscriber defenders can get in the backfield. Nope. Subscriber made the tackle, but definitely not in the backfield as Breece Hall dashes us for a pretty sizable gain. Let's go pressure here. Gotta do something to throw off the timing of Alex Thompson. Oh, nice bat down there. Wow, that was Jaden Taylor, who I just showed you guys. He is in the runnings at least for, was it best DB? I think it was. Pretty sure it was best DB, but he was in the runnings. He has had a pretty good second half of the season and made a nice play there. See if we can maybe get in the backfield here and fluster Thompson. Nope. Wide open is Rashad or Jalen Polk, but it's actually going to be 3rd and inches. Got to go all out blitz here. Let's see if we can. Oh, God, wide open, man. What a quick release there by Alex Thompson. That was Mark Andrews, and that was like one and a half steps back and an instant sling. So that was pretty nice. Got to give the other brother there some credit on that one. That was a good play. And also move the sticks as well. So a fresh set of downs for the Flyers. Good defense there by Roquan Smith as Rashad Bateman was not able to haul that in. That'll make it 2nd and 10 from the 29. I came out man, but we're going to audible into zone. I just don't feel like man hasn't been working that well in this one. I don't know. Usually I feel like a better man team than a zone team, but yeah, it just hasn't been hitting. And wow, that was a loss of 6-ish. I mean, that was terrible. He threw it into the backfield, running back caught it, and just completely went out of bounds, and that was pretty bad. So let's guess pass, let's shade over top, and Kringle going to have, well, he's already playing some defense. Come on, baby! Roquan Smith with the bat down. I would have much rather preferred a pick, but still a heck of an effort by our best defensive player, hands down. And this is going to bring out Chris Boswell for a long field goal here in the rain. Maybe James Bradbury gets a block kick animation. That would be awesome. He's not. And that one does sneak through. So good drive, good answer by the Flyers. And we got this thing knotted up at 17s. Drew Thompson playing good, and this is that absolute bomb to Jake Powers. What a huge clutch play that was, man, because we would be down, fairly significantly on the scoreboard right now had that not happened. So that was a game-changing play for sure. And we're just going to try to, build off that momentum. Powers going to be running a streak again, but this might actually be tight end Scooby McBoomski. That's a pick. I'm actually glad that I was nearly sacked because that most certainly would have been an interception. So, yeah, thank you, Byron Young.
Well done.
Coach called it again, shallow crosser, and again, this could be Powers. Now, I am going to streak Boyd, but that's more of a decoy to kind of draw the DBs away. Njoku, though, open in the middle of the field. That's why you go through your reads there, boys and girls, because had I had tunnel vision on Powers, that may have been incomplete, may have been picked off, but instead, we get a nice first down conversion. Now, I really want to get Scooby McBoomski this ball on the drag, but I cannot ignore the outside shade on Jake Powers, which, I mean, come on, man. It's easy money, and look at Powers. Oh, he dropped it. I was about to say, man, just plucking that football out of the air, but he actually dropped it. That was huge. Really needed that. So we got tight end angle here, and I know we got a blitzer there on the left side. So got to be cognizant of that. Also cognizant of Njoku on that tight end angle. He refuses to go down, bouncing around there like a freaking pinball. Great first down. Drew Thompson at 280 with 2 touchdowns and, of course, 0 of those interceptions. I was thinking, when's the last game I threw an interception? At the beginning of the season, I couldn't stop chucking picks, but I feel like it's been a good 2-3 games since I've thrown one. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because we know the Madden gods are always listening, and this next pass for me could be an INT, but it's been good, clean football, and you guys know I tend to struggle with the interceptions, so I'm very, very happy with that. 2nd and 5 from the 29. This time it's Scooby. I mean, dude, that was almost picked by Kendricks. I literally would have raged after it would have been the Madden gods, 100% Madden gods. But luckily, we live to fight another down. All right, we got blitzers coming in hot and heavy, so we got to get this ball away. Is that Huntington? Bang! There we go, and look, it's high. Oh, man, just picking his way through the field. He's been a little bit quiet since acquiring Jake Powers, not going to lie. But he is still a weapon for us, and he caught that in stride, continued to run. I thought for a minute he might actually find pay dirt, but what a conversion by Huntington. I'm really trying to get Mr. Scooby McBoomski the ball, but I'm seeing routes open elsewhere. And one thing I cannot do, which I have learned the hard way, as you guys know, cannot force feed players the ball. Tyler Boyd gonna get in, the refs say. Second time that RPO has worked like a charm. That one was a little sketchy. I didn't think that he got in there at first. Maybe, I don't know, the pylon moved. We'll get a look at it here second time on a replay, but it's Madden, so if they say he's in, and he is most certainly in. What a great response by Tuscaloosa. And this time Huntington has a fullback in, so where's he gonna go? He is gonna be sacked there by Jax Vaden. More brother subscribers. We got tons of them here in the SFL, man. Silas Vaden is our nose tackle, and Jax Vaden is our linebacker. Jax Vaden was in the backfield a ton in the early parts of this season. Has been kind of quiet as of late, but he just made a big hit on Thompson there. All right, boys, let's get him off the field, please. Just got to defend that first down yard marker. If he wants to go underneath, he can do so. Roquan Smith is there, also Patrick Peterson, and Thompson never really stood a chance. Look at him getting into it with Kringle. Couple subscribers drawing back and forth. You love to see it. And we are going to force a punt from North Carolina. That is awesome. Going to get the ball back, chance to extend the lead. And if we can score on this drive, man, I will feel very confident about this game. Does anybody ever want to block for Jaden Taylor on punt returns? No? Okay. And look at Jake Powers, too, by the way. 6 targets, 4 catches, $134, and a touchdown. And this game ain't even over. Should be the last play here before the end of the third. We're going to come out I form, and it's going to be a play fake. And you know what? We're just going to take off with Thompson. Don't really do that too much because he is the Drew Brees build, if you remember. Drew Brees not known for his scrambling prowess, but that time, hey, we had it, we took it, and happy with the result. That is going to conclude the third quarter here at Skynet Superfield. We're up by a score. We're getting closer. We're marching here, hoping to burst this thing wide open. Let's just hang on for one more quarter. Maybe a draw play can get this run game going. Like, I don't know. Nothing has really seemed to work too much in this contest, and I guess draw play was the move because Huntington is going to pick up 9, which that may be his biggest run of the game. I don't know. He hasn't really had too many of those, so nice run by JJ there, and that puts us in a very good position as we are getting close to Corey Booter field goal range. Maybe not in my field goal range, and of course, could not pick up that first down. That's going to make it third and very short. It's a big one here. Really got to pick this up. I do see the press on Powers. However, I'll probably just go, with the drags. There's Huntington. He's having a good game, and I'm telling you, when he gets in open space, he is a playmaker. Very shifty out there, very fast, always seems to find the open parts of the field. That was a nice conversion there that we really needed, and now I would love to put it in the hands of Huntington and just ride him all the way to the promised land. Pause.
First of all, pause.
Definitely, but that might not happen because the running attack has been kind of tough today, but we'll try the outside. Inside runs aren't working, so maybe the outside will. I don't know. I mean, semi-effective. 6.5 to go here. Ball is on the 7. Getting very close to that beautiful end zone that says Terminators. I really, really love that. And hopefully we can punch this thing in and pretty much put it to bed. Man, oh man, dude, I swear. With this Flyers defense, you think you got a hole, you got a lane, and it just instantly closes, it seems like. So, 3rd and goal here. Maybe we can get Scooby McBoomski. His first catch and touchdown. Oh, man, had a chance there, but just could not hold on. Maybe it was the rain, maybe it was the hit, maybe it was a combination of both. But we are going to have to settle for a Corey Booter field goal, so let me shut up and not miss this. That should be right down the middle, so you know what? That's fine. We go up 2 scores, not a whole lot of time left. NC will have to drive the ball downfield, score a touchdown, and then get the ball back, whether that be organically or onside kick, whatever they decide to do. But 2 scores is huge here with under 5 to play. And if our defense can play like they did on that last couple of drives, really, I think we should be set. But we have definitely seen things happen. Come on, bring him down. God dang, dude, Ashton Doolin trying to give me a freaking heart attack here. And this is probably guest pass territory for the rest of the game. I mean, I can't see NC running it as they were about to. And what is going on with this coverage? You got to be kidding me. Why is Jalen Polk so good in this game? I don't know. I mean, he was good at Washington, don't get me wrong, with Penix throwing him the ball, but like, what happened on that play? We did not have a defender within 20 yards. That's the kind of stuff that we cannot let happen. Okay, so now the Flyers might run it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And, Kringle got back there in a hurry, and I think that's what caused Alex to throw an off-target pass because he, again, had a receiver pretty much wide open, but Kringle was in the backfield, a lickety-split. That may have caused Thompson to throw an inaccurate pass. Whatever the case may be, I like it. And there's Mark Andrews. He's had a pretty good impact in this game, I would say. Nothing crazy, but just solid, consistent. And the Flyers, they're trying to make this thing interesting. All right, let's bring out the dime package. It is time. We got to do it because, yeah, we need extra DBs out here on the field. Somebody please get to Thompson. I mean, god dang, dude. He is doing his thing on these runs. I do not like it whatsoever. I sent an all-out blitz. Was that the right thing to do? No, it was not. Now, With 3:13, I'm assuming the Flyers would kick it off. I don't foresee them doing an onside kick, but that means we got to pick up multiple first downs because they just made this a ball game. If we got to punt it back to them, or if we turn the ball over or something like that, momentum is going to swing to the Flyers hot and heavy. So they are, let's see what they're going to do here. They are going to kick it off naturally. So hoping, praying that this is the last drive of the game. And JJ does have a 1,000-yard season, which is awesome. And again, he leads the SFL in rushing touchdowns. That is a beautiful thing. And guess what? We are calling on my man right now, hoping to ride the Huntington train to victory. It's been kind of tough so far, but I feel like he can get it done as long as we have some blockers. I mean, that's a good start. I mean, look at Huntington fighting forward, picking up extra yardage. That's what you want to see when you're trying to put a game on ice. There's a decent hole in the middle, but there's also Eric Kendricks, so I'm never confident with that. But, Huntington got pile drove there by Boye Mafe, the 3-year pro out of Minnesota, but he did pick up the first down, and we are most definitely, absolutely, positively going to let this thing tick down to the 2-minute warning. And this has got to be, I got to go to my own plays here, and this is, I think, got to be screen because we're behind the sticks now. We got to get a first down. NC called a timeout, but they still got 2 left. If we can pick up some good yards on this screen pass, that might be all she wrote. Okay. Got almost sacked. I almost wish we would have got sacked because that would have caused them to have to use the timeout. I think, thinks that they would definitely be expecting a run. So if we go single back here, PA cross. I know, I'm calling my plays. Like I said, leave me alone. I don't want to hear it. Ty Huntington, he's been huge today. If he picks this up and converts, and I mean, he is wide open in the middle of the field, Ty Huntington. I'll tell you what, I know Powers has more yards. It's a toss-up for MVP because both of these guys have just made some huge plays. That one might have just won us the game. Now we can safely be on cruise control. All right, here's the lay of the land. Flyers have no timeouts. 1 first down ends it. I feel confident with RPO. It's all about if Boyd's defender goes with him, and of course he did, so I was not about to risk that. And we're going to let this thing tick down as far as humanly possible. We are going to punt. Flyers have no timeouts to work with, so if we can just pin them back deep, that would be definitely preferable. All right, AJ Cole boots it. It's a good directional punt, but not a lot of power on that. 21 seconds, ball from the 20. No timeouts for the Flyers. All they need is a field goal, but it's going to be very difficult to stop the ball. And you know what? We got to go dime package, man. Like, maybe not necessarily prevent, but it's got to be dime. Little cover 3 lock, right? That never hurt anybody. And it's just time, man. It's time for us to do our thing here. Let's see if we can get it done. Just no big plays. That's it. That's what we cannot have happen. Ball thrown out of bound by Thompson. That is not going to get you in Chris Boswell field goal range. Now cover 4, guessing pass, shading over top. Again, like 15 seconds. They're pretty much, I would say, in Hail Mary mode. I mean, if they want to check it down. And it's a sack! Who is that? It is, I think that was that Austin Kringle? I think it was Austin Kringle. And that's going to end it. I believe that was Austin Kringle. I'm nearly positive that it was. I think it was big number 51. And if it is, what a play to end this thing. The brothers showing love, they're hugging it out, clapping it out, saying, yeah, we'll have some words at the Christmas dinner table, I'm sure. But what a hard-fought game. And let me tell you what, Flyers are 3-12, but that game was not easy. And depending on what those other teams did today, our slim playoff hopes are still hanging on by a thread. So we get a look at the brothers' stats here. I mean, Drew doing what Drew does best. 366 yards on a 73% completion. Again, another interception-free game. 3 passing touchdowns as well. Alex Thompson was also efficient, but the yards nowhere near that of his bro. 172. Did have 2 touchdowns. And also no picks for him. JJ Huntington, I mean, the average yards per carry, yeah, this is probably easily one of his worst games. No touchdowns either. Alex Thompson, though, was running with force. I mean, only 4 handoffs to Breece Hall. It's kind of crazy. And, of course, Drew Thompson had that one big gain for, what was like 12, I think it said. Receiving-wise, though, Njoku doing what he does best. J.J. Huntington also doing what he does best. He does lead the SFL in receiving yards for running backs. But Jake Powers, 4 for 134 and a touchdown. Ty Huntington, 3 for 55. I know no touchdowns, and you think, 3 for 55, that's kind of a mid-game. They were all 3 really clutch catches. Scooby McBoomski had 2 drops. Rough showing for his SFL debut, but I'm sure he will pick it up next week. And defensively, you love to see it. It's a thing of beauty. Big sack for Austin Kringle. Big sack for Jax Vaden. Half a sack for Aiden Leslie, and a half a sack for Ashawn Robinson as well. Kringle had that TFL, which is the sack, Jax Vaden TFL, Aiden Leslie TFL. So just thing of beauty here. And checking on the rest of the stats, Brandon Moore had 5 tackles and a pass deflection. TJ Huntington had 3 tackles. Okay. Amari Taylor had 3 tackles and a pass deflection as well. So that is good to see. And went over Kringle already, Jax Vaden already. Jaden Taylor only 1 tackle. Okay. And no stats for Silas Vaden. But overall, pretty good game from our defense. And of course, Corey Booter, a solid 100% game. 2 field goals made, 2 attempted, 3 made extra points, 1 almost missed by me, but 100%, you love to see it. Now, let's go check out the rest of the stats here from our subscribers in week 17. Montana Mountain Lions do beat the Louisville Fighters. They got 5 subscribers, and they took care of business 31-17, so good showing from them. McDonald's 10-piece had a great game, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And I don't know what was going on with Louisville. They got like all these players in here for passing. Kingsley, 15 for 54 and a touchdown, so that is awesome. And McDonald's 10-piece did run 5 times for 15 yards. Pretty good to see. Christian Bangle had a nice game, 8 for 79. And Gavin Go added 2 for 22 as well. And then defensively for the Mountain Lions, we have one subscriber here, King Lay. He had 5 tackles, but a big TFL. As the Mountain Lions, kind of like us, they're putting it together here in the later parts of the season. Jersey Shore D's did beat the Topeka Silverbacks in a close game, but unfortunately that might have sealed the fate of the Silverbacks. They had very slim playoff hopes. Those might be gone now. Kyrie Brooks played decent, 221, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Lamar Jackson played very well, as he tends to do. And also Kyrie, he had 6 for 20 on the ground, so that's pretty good to see. And receiving wise for the D's, we got a couple. So Tommy Pickle, he went 4 for 51. Jesse Moore went 6 for 43. And also, I feel like we're missing somebody. Had a brain lapse for a minute. No, I guess not. And defensively, Aiden Grau with 4 tackles, but also 2 big pass deflections. So a nice convincing win by the number 1 seed in the AFC, Jersey Shore D's. Kinda needed the Steelhawks to lose. I don't know how that would work if they tie with us and we got the same record. We haven't played them, so I don't know what the tiebreaker would be, but man, the Milwaukee Motors, just a woeful season. They've won 1 game, so they're now 1 in 15. Yeah, it's not good. Cameron Moore, 270, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So nice game for him. Ian Taylor CO had 18 for 57 and a touchdown as well. And Cameron Moore did run 6 times for 18 yards, so that's good to see. Receiving wise, we have Ian Taylor CO, the running back, went 2 for 27. And tight end, where's he? Joe Uno, no targets in that game. Gotta start getting him involved. I would love to see him showing up on the stat sheets more often. Yeah, any subscriber that wants to join the Milwaukee Motors and help them turn this team around, please do, because they are having a tough go at it. But several subscriber defenders, so not Oreo, 4 tackles and 3 of those being tackles for loss. That is great to see. Daniel THG also added 2 tackles as well. And it's Oreo, the brother of not Oreo, only 1 tackle. So not a huge impact there. But again, Impressive win for the Steelhawks, and they keep their playoff hopes alive. Destroyers just got destroyed by the Edmonton Coyotes, man. That was a rough game. And quarterback Caden Haskins Jr., who is in the MVP race. He did take over the spot of Deshaun Watson, who was already having a good season. And Caden is keeping that going. 263 through the air, 4 touchdowns and no picks. And Dominic Young, who is also having a great season, did not have a good game in this one. 186, a touchdown and a pick. So that is not going to get it done. Haskins went 5 for 30 on the ground, and Dominic Young went 6 for 22 on the ground. Receiving wise, we got Timmy Winfield had a touchdown. That's awesome to see. 4 for 51 and a big time score. So you always like to see that. Alexander Kloblek went 3 for 39. And unfortunately, 0 touchdowns for him. And no subscriber defenders. It's starting to get to the point where we got 66 subscribers. I'm having a tough time remembering who's on what team. So if I ever miss you in a week, call me out in the comments. Let me know about it, and I will never forget again. But at any rate, a nice, impressive win by the Edmonton playoff-bound Coyotes. As well, Revolution take care of business against the Juneau Snow Owls. We got 2 subscribers on the Revolution, and that would be not a running back, no, a receiver, B.T. Taylor, who had a great game here, 6 for 92, and had a big-time touchdown that helped to propel his boys to victory. And also on the defensive side of the ball, we got Jameer Juice, who's having a really good season, added 4 tackles to his resume in this one, and helped his Roswell Revolution secure their 12th win of the season. And the Sacramento Sharks, another one of those teams that's kind of teetering on playoff contention. They're in it right now, but they're also starting to string together some losses. So I don't know, week 18 is going to be interesting, but Billy Bob Joe, the safety, had 3 tackles, and Superstar X Factor channel member Blake Meiser had a sack, but nothing else, so at least he was in the backfield. But unfortunately, the offense for the Sharks with Kenny Pickett just really could never get going. And I mean, what in God's name is up with these Boulder Rockies? They're gonna lose their way out of the playoff race, man. At one time, they were 8-1, I believe, and they've lost like 6 straight. It's crazy, but subscriber quarterback Craig Ray had a good game, 231, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Lucas Thomas played okay too, 265, 2 touchdowns, but 2 very costly interceptions. And Bobby Donuts, the Superstar X Factor, had 23 runs for 85 yards and a touchdown, so nice game from him. Lucas Thomas added 5 for 25 on the ground as well. Craig Ray had 6 for 20, so nice running attack from the QBs. And receiver Austin Lucas never really got involved too much, only 3 for 19 as the Argonauts pull away and the Boulder Rockies suffer another crushing defeat. All right, so that's good. Spirits beat the Sentinels. We need the Sentinels to lose both games, and so far they lost the first one. So MVP frontrunner Caleb Hayes, 245 through the air, 1 touchdown and a pick. Ashton Saber, kind of a tough day at the office, 204 yards, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. Daniel Banks had 17 for 67. Ashton Saber ran 8 times for 23 yards. And Caleb Hayes ran 8 times for 10 yards. Receiving, George Smith killed it, 7 for 80 and a tutty. DeAndre Smith, 7 for 59. Tight end Dallas Bolton, 4 for 49. And Daniel Banks also added 1 catch for 6 yards as well. And then defensively, we got tons of them on the Savannah squad. Cam O'Shea having a very good season. He had 4 tackles, 1 TFL, and a pass deflection. Jackson Prime had 4 tackles and 2 pass deflections. Eli Acro had 4 tackles and a TFL and a sack, so nice stats for him. And Trustin Smith Jr. had an interception. That's awesome. 2 tackles and a pick, so very, very nice work from him. And Jaden Hayes, for whatever reason, no stats in this one. But as much as the Spirits are our rivals and they crushed us, thank you for taking care of business against the St. Louis Sentinels. Pronghorns do drop to the Toronto Thunderbirds. Another team like us, the Thunderbirds, they had a rough start just like we did, but kind of starting to figure it out here in the latter parts of the season. So Jordan Baker, $172 through the air and a touchdown. So nothing too crazy, but you know what? His boys did secure the win, and that is all that matters. And subscriber running back Caleb King 19 for 53, 2.8 yards per carry. Very JJ Huntington, right? Esque stats in this one. And unfortunately for Caleb and the Pronghorns, they do lose to the Toronto Thunderbirds. Oh no, the Eels actually came back against the Jacks. Again, doesn't mean we're out. It means if we beat them, we'll have a tie record. And I don't know what that will mean. But that does shake things up here. So Mason Buchanan, 239 through the air, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And Chase Kaiser struggled in this one. His Jacks have been on a bit of a winning streak, but only 146 yards. Not going to get it done. 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. On the ground, Briner went 13 for 31 and had a touchdown as well. So nice work there. Buchanan was 5 for 5. And Chase Kaiser only 1 for 5. And receiving wise here, we got, let's see, a couple. Briner went 5 for 37. So there you go. I believe that's it. No subscriber receivers on the Jacks, right? No, it's just Briner and Mason Buchanan. So nice win by the Eels. Kind of wish you would have lost. And that will make week 18 very, very interesting. St. Pete Manatees just added a subscriber today, and unfortunately, they do lose to the Memphis Suns. Trevor Lawrence had a terrible game, so could never really get it going. But defensively, we got W. Mans here, 6 tackles and no picks, no pass deflections, so definitely could have used those as the St. Pete Manatees. They're kind of hanging on, for their playoff lives. They lose a tough one to the Memphis Suns. And the Rochester Rebels lose too. So guys, we still got some life here in the playoffs. It's not impossible, still improbable, but not impossible. So Devin Fry, we just played him last week. He had a $168, 4 touchdowns and a pick. So, not a great game for him. And no more subscribers left on the Rochester Rebels, as we did trade away Tommy Pickles to the D's. But yeah, that's great. The Rebels lose, and a nice win by Fort Worth Rough Riders. Kissimmee Crocs get a close win against the Akron Summits here, and we'll have to check in on quarterback Dragon Zetron, who's the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. 226, no touchdowns though, and a very costly interception, so that was a dagger probably, unfortunately. And then wide receiver of the Crocs here, Blake Altenhofen, went 5 for 46, no touchdowns, but the Crocs do get a very close 4-point win against the Akron Summits. And capping off week 17 here, the Grand Rapids Lightning and the San Jose Industrials. This was the game of the week, and the Lightning do come away victorious here as Lucas Spicer went for 164 yards through the air. Really not a lot of passing from either quarterback, I would say. 1 touchdown, but, key stat is no interceptions. And also on the ground, he ran 4 times for 23 yards. And receiving wise, Floyd Butler went 2 for 35 and a touchdown. Easy Fuentes, who has been on fire this season, kind of cooled off in this game. 3 for 30 as the Industrials do lose. Heartbreaking loss here to the Grand Rapids Lightning. So wow, week 18, this is going to be absolutely crazy. We're 7-9, Eels 8-8. Best we can do is tie them if we win. I don't know who holds the tiebreaker, and we still got to make sure that the Sentinels lose, the Rebels lose, and maybe even the Steelhawks. So I have no idea what's about to go down in week 18. All I know is you better be there, because it is going to be a fun time. So that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.